Hello everyone. I hope everything's going alright. There we go. Hope everything's going alright. Welcome back to the stream. Gonna be working on Awoken some more, trying to get component system up and working. We'll see how that goes, as usual. Hope to be at least a little productive, but obviously no promises. I'm just gonna completely redo that. Okay. I'm gonna have to rename this. There we go. Power component. There we go. I do also want a power auto load. Which all the components would be talking to. Globals, components, power auto load, add. And node. Name power component. Power system for now. That may very well end up getting renamed, but we'll go with that for now. Make something exist first and make it better later. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, go into the auto load. All items. This will include all the this is just going to be an array of all the items that are include the power component, and then inside of hunk ready we will have these power components put themselves into it. Though I do need to get into here, I guess. I guess it would be pretty safe to just do get parent, even though I don't really want to do that. Yeah, we'll just go with that first. Get parent. Power system dot all items. Wait, what? Yeah, cannot assign value to a range of variable items. Oh, okay. Array node. There we go. That should work. A bit better. Okay, power system dot all items append. Cannot find member all items. No. Can't find all items. Why not? Hey Arneo, how's it going? No, I haven't really played much more Stellaris. I haven't been playing too much of any games recently. It's kind of been a phase of just not. I kind of go through phases of playing games a lot, phases of not. And I've been in a not phase for some reason. I'll get back to it at some point though. How are you doing? Hope everything's going well. System. Oh, right. Do I need to? That's a little weird, but let me try that. No, okay. Pretty good eating meatballs and noodles. Nice. Nice. I should eat something. I haven't yet, but since getting home from work. I don't need that. Is there a reason I can't access this? Why can I not access this? Dreading your next work session, having to sync things how you built so far with multiplayer. You're doing a lot better with multiplayer than I have. Haven't touched multiplayer yet. I don't know where to start. At least you got the basics of multiplayer going, so it got a little, at least a bit of a foundation to go off of. Trying to figure out why am I not able to access that. Yeah, I'm in the power. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, power load, okay. So why can I not? Will test show up? Oh, okay. I think I know. Yeah, okay, there we go. Let me take for now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll just go with that. There we go. We'll just go with power outload. Okay, that makes sense now. It's calling the wrong thing. Okay. There we go. There we go. So now under of course it's an empty get ready. All items. All right, I put 2 in there, so there ends up being 2 of them. Okay. Okay. It's a start. I'm just gonna get rid of that for now. And now I need our we're still struggling to use custom classes. Yeah, they can be a little weird at times, but once you get the hang of it, shouldn't be too bad. Right, I gotta try keeping my brain in gear today and not be zoning out too badly. Or try to actually be making progress and not just sitting here trying to get my brain in gear. At least trying to. We'll see how well that works. Okay. Try your best to distract me while you play Magic the Gathering. No worries, at least I'd still be talking. And better than just sitting here not saying anything and not getting any work done either. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I want to map the network, but I need to be able to set these to different modes first, so wait a minute, our modes. No, enum. I want an enum. Modes equals production, consumption, and transmission. That's the wrong way to spell that. There we go. Expect I did. There we go. And then add export our mode equal and it'll be modes. Hey Diginagons, how's it going? Welcome in. Debug. Oh, of course I'm not going to be able to do that. Yeah, we'll just go with that for now. Okay. Not too bad. A bit of a long week. Yeah. Bit of a long week, but that's normal for me. Trying to keep my brain in gear and not zone off too much here and actually make a little bit of progress. And also not be too boring, but we'll see how that goes. Power. Okay. What type initializer can? Oh, right. Node. There we go. Right. Let me actually, I do need class name power component. So actually this should be a power component. And then export mode equals mode should be power var mode power component dot nodes. Okay, so now I should be able to, yep, okay. And debug power, move to debug power here, assign that, will that, yes it does, okay. Okay, good. And then I can change the mode there. Func ready, just pass on these values into the component. Power component dot mode equals load. Wait, yeah, why do I have this in caps? Because it can change in the game. I'm not gonna have it. Okay. Just rambling on to myself here, but yeah, at least I'm not being dead air here. Okay, so that'll pass on the mode at least. Then connected connection connections array node. So then I also need export bar. You like the week is long on Tuesday already? Yes. It's well, Tuesdays especially. Mondays I'm coming in after to my day job at work after a weekend, and sometimes people don't do much over the weekend, which gives me more work. And then on Tuesdays we have our main delivery for the store, so there's a lot of stuff to put away. So yes, it's already been a long week on Tuesday. Some weeks are worse than others. Today is actually not too bad so far. Not too bad of a week this week at least. Connections array Your week is more like a long last 10 days. Oof. Well, hope we can catch a break soon, Digi. All this code that I make right now is quite ugly at the moment, but I am just trying to force myself to get something made and then make it better later. Has to exist first and you can make it better later, right? That's what I'm trying, at least. Try and just get it down and I can rework it later on. Otherwise, I can be here all day and get nothing done, which will probably be the case anyways. But at least I have more of a chance this way. Oh, it's ready. There we go. Okay. So I can go, yeah, I can go there, add in that guy. So then it has one connection. Okay, so I have one that is in a connection. I want one that's production, one that's transmission. So now right network map. Been doing some thinking on how to have this work. That's a little bit, so hoping we'll see. Sorry, I'm not describing things too much, but I don't know how to best describe all this of what I'm doing here. Trying to get a bit of a component system working, but working on one specific component. So working on one component, then I can work on actually getting the component system working. The component system itself working, but have one component specifically to work on it. Yeah. You're probably locked in with work stuff right now. Okay, well. At least you're not watching me for the entertainment value, because that's non-existent right now. Eventually I'll get better at that. Right. Items. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, how am I gonna do this? That part. Right, this isn't alright. Maybe I actually power component. Have it be a list of power components and then have this directly put self in instead. For now, that might be the best way to make it just to work. So, delete debug power GD. I'm going to go without having that script for now. Right, actually, I can't do that. Rats. Okay, well, give this a script again, because that's how I connect them together. Mode equals power component power autoload mode modes. Wait, what? No, it is power component. Ah. There we go. Okay. Node. Ready. Void. Okay, so have self dot get self dot components dot power. No, we don't know, right? Self dot get child. Why am I doing it like that? There, components dot component slash power. There we go. Dot mode equals mode. Or connections dot connections. What's the power dot connections dot append? Put all the specifically the power components inside of the nodes, inherited instanced nodes, into the array instead of just the nodes themselves. At least attempting to. Get child. Child. The first child, which would be components. Yeah, this will definitely need to be done a whole lot better, but this should work for now. Hopefully. Hopefully, we'll see. I need to do this. Print. Power. Load. All items. Hey, that's working there, so. Okay. So, for automate all items. Wait, do I have network ID? Yes, okay, but I want to be an int. If Adam dot network ID in all network IDs? No, wait a minute. All network IDs dot has item dot network ID. If not, then all network IDs dot append right. Oh, why does my brain just go blank like that? I'm not. And afterwards, clear the network ID. I did spend some time and just since last stream I kind of worked on some of the documentation in Obsidian, but kind of made some pseudocode I can look back to if I need to. I'm trying to do this without looking back at the pseudocode I wrote out. Trying to. We'll see how that goes. So far so good. I'm actually getting something written down unlike last stream. Unlike last week, I'm actually getting something typed out, so. Okay. Where would I do the network map? Okay, I'm gonna go up here and ready. Power auto load dot map network. Okay. I'm trying to do this in such a way where I can have networks within the power grid, I guess. Basically have a power grid that I can turn off certain sections. So certain rooms might get their power for one reason or another. Certain sections of the ship can be blocked off from having power, or have a basically separate power grid that ends up being a lower capacity or whatnot. So I'm trying to separate out, so hence why I have network ID and map network and a network map dictionary. I need a way to be able to, for the network to be able to change, hence the map network function here. Anytime a node ends up being disabled or whatever, it'll have to remap the network. Oh, okay, so far nothing there. Right, do I need to redo this? No, I don't. Okay. Okay. Let me give it a default value 0, 0, 0, 0. Or I don't items. No, not per item in all items. Right. I need it. I'm gonna need to make this recursive here. So I need network node power component. Root call equals true. And root call, because I only need this to run once. Root call. Okay, so that'll only run once in recursion. Okay. Or in node dot connections. Right, needs to check if network work if node dot network ID equals 000. If it doesn't have a network ID, then it needs to set one. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at my pseudocode here. It's here in the auto load script. Root call transmission active is false, then it makes a new network ID. And then it, okay. Right. Okay, I think it's I'm just missing a piece here. Transmission active equals true. Also means another thing I have to pass in. Active equals true. Why isn't it? Oh, export. Okay. Power dot transmission active equals transmission active. I need a much better way of doing that, but oh well. We'll figure something out later on. Int. Let's just, there we go. If node dot, there we go, item. Nope, can't do that. Node, okay. For node, if node dot transmission active. If it's not active, then was there something else? I feel like there's something else. Yeah, okay. Node dot network ID equals rand I range from 1,000. I want it to be for some odd reason I want it to be a 4-digit number, so no real reason, but there we go. Is there a way to exclude out of a randi range? Nope. Okay. So I don't want it to, I need it to not end up being here. So I'll do that, and if not node great. I don't know. Network ID equals rand. Not gonna dwell on that too much right now. There's a slight chance that a network ID will end up the same, which will mess up. I feel like we'll mess some things up here, but because yeah, the network map structure will be network ID, which will be a value that contains a array of items for that network. So duplicate network IDs will end up being the same network, even though they might not actually be connected. Oh, I know there's a bug here, but there. Why do they have to be random? Can they be order numbers? Yeah, they probably could be. I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking random. Good point. Why was I thinking random? Okay. Yeah, good point. Thank you, Arnio. My mind, I don't know, my mind was just automatically going to want them random. Yeah. So take that out. So the clearing can be the same. I guess that doesn't matter. And it can start at 0. And then I also don't, that also means I don't need all network IDs. Yeah, okay, so that takes that out too. don't know how the unique ID thing in networking code assigns unique IDs, but they definitely look random. Somehow it gives servers a ID 1 and unique number string for the rest. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a reason. There's got to be some sort of reason in your case why some of them look random, but in my case, yeah, at the moment I don't know why I was doing them random. I think it was a case of I just thought of them being random and kind of went with it. If there's ever a reason in the future we discover it's better to have them random, we can do that, but we'll just go with this for now. Thank you, Arnio. I was just making it needlessly harder on myself right now. Yeah, we'll find out when it breaks. Definitely. Plenty of it is going to break. This is awful code right now. But as I said earlier, just need to make it exist first and then can make it good later. Trying to do that. Just make it exist first and then make it good later. So otherwise I'll just be sitting here staring at the screen. Yeah, because then I can just plus equals 1. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. That definitely works. Okay. For child node in for connection node in node.connections. I want to call map network connection node current ID root call equals false. Wait, why do I do that? It's just false. So yeah, if the transmission node is not active, it will up the current ID, so I can just pass in current ID. And then I guess I can go network map dot current network map current ID equals node. I feel like something is broken here, but just debug power. I just want debug power being the first one. I want the right. Wait, what? Oh, right, because it crashed. I need to stop it. There we go. What? Oh, right. It needs to be, well, it's power. There we go. Well, maybe there should be 2 items in the network map after it runs this. I feel like something's broken here. It's be one of the most common developer comments ever. Yeah, I bet. And it's very accurate. I definitely feel like something's not gonna work. Something feels just off about it. I feel like if it works, then something feels wrong, and that it'll feel wrong if it works, right? Nope, network map. Net Yep, there's something wrong because there's only one node in the map. I do have them. Yep, my power has connections. Every time you write more than 3 lines of code, press play. If there's no red, it's a miracle. Completely understand that. My goal for this stream is to get the network mapping out right, which I am close to. I am close to that. And I'm close to the hour mark on a stream, which tends to be how things work out. I have a goal for a stream and it tends to take about an hour. Eventually I'll get to having longer streams, but I feel like an hour is a pretty good sweet spot for me right now to where I don't get too tired of it while I get better at streaming. It's kind of feeling like the right amount of time right now. Eventually I'll get to the point of doing more. But I try to reach at least an hour. So. Alright, okay, so now why is it only doing 1? What is active? Which spectrum transmission? Yeah, okay. Both transmission mode is active, so this shouldn't trigger. Let's forward the connection, so it should loop through here and the map network on that node with the current ID. Yeah, there should be 2. Okay, well, let's see here. Wait, I didn't even. Okay, let's see here. Where do I... Whoop. Trying to use a debugger here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, current ID node. That's on the power. On debug power's power node. Current ID is 0. Root call on. All items, network map. Okay. Step. So it should go through F11. What is that? Go through all items. Set each one to that. There, it should not. It should not go into that. Okay. Or connection node. Okay, goes in. Which it, okay, it's recursing. Skips that because it's not root call. Current ID is still 0. Skips over that. Adds. Should be. Adding that to the network map. Okay, I've got 1 in there. Okay, there should be. It only added the 1. Huh. Wait, what? Oh, right. There we go. My mouse was stuck inside of the window, but I couldn't see the window. That is weird. Oh, wait. I'm setting it and then I'm Okay. Append. Try that. Because I was setting it and overwriting it, I think. Whoops, actually I still have the breakpoint. No, how do I append into? Oh, sorry. Can I type a dictionary? How do I type a dictionary? Okay. Almost there. Almost got this. Getting the basics of a network map going. Network ready int array. There we go. So will it work now? Nope. Does it not make it then? Okay, so it might be because the dictionary part isn't actually made yet. So it can't just append into it. If it wordmap.has current ID, maybe. I feel like it should work though. But let's see here. Array. Oh. Can I just... Oh, wait. Equal node. Maybe? Oh, there we go. There we go. One network with two separate nodes in it. And then let me turn off transmission on that. Two separate networks with one node each. Okay. I'll go ahead and add in a few more of these for testing. Whoops. But I mean, I was working, so we'll make a smaller group here, make a few different groups here to test connecting them together and breaking connections. Why'd they go up? Doesn't really matter right now. Oh, they all end up being children of each other, of course. There we go. So they're all... So right now I actually don't even take into account their mode, do I? No, I don't, just transmission active, so I don't need to worry about mode right now. And then... Okay, so we'll give debug power to debug power 2. So they're connected. Which ones are these? 4, 5, and 6. We'll have 4, 5, and 3. Wait. Yeah, 4, 5, and 3. So he has both of those. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, these ones are... I'm only going to end up with one, aren't I? One set of networks. Digi, you think you're gonna head out? Have some stuff I need to work on for get a bunch of audio and video. Yep, no problem. Thank you for joining in, Digi. I'm probably gonna be wrapping up here shortly anyway, since I've got a basic network map worked out. Might just be one more thing I gotta fix here, but I'm probably done shortly too. So, thank you for joining in, Digi. Have a good rest of your day. Probably see you around in Digital Iliad stream. Okay, so 6 or 10. I'm gonna give them all 2, 6. Probably, yep, only ending up with 1. Because it doesn't go through. Well, realistically, actually, everything should be connected up into one big network anyways. They're just gonna be... What? Okay, no. Let me fix these. I want this one to be the primary node, so 5 needs to be connected to 3 and 4. Okay. 4. There we go. 1 connected to 2. And then I need 6 connected to all the others. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a much better way of doing this. Six gets that. Okay. So then this one also needs to be connected to 5. And then 5 also needs to be connected to 6. So now it should be one big network. But then 5 needs to be transmission inactive, inactive, inactive. And then we end up with 1, 2, 3 separate networks. One with 2 right here, one with 3 nodes right here, and one with 5 nodes. Okay. There. got a basic network mapping. I'm gonna need a lot better debug tools too, but There we go. I got my goal for the stream done. And it's, fingers crossed, working. It's ugly, but it's working. So, I think that'll just about do it for today. And I'm over an hour. Which also works. So, thank you for joining in, everyone. I'm going to be heading out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And talk to you later.